Hey, what's up everyone? Welcome back to One Strange Adventure. Welcome to the next video. Today we are going to tackle taking out these inverters and installing the new inverters. If you didn't see last week's video, go ahead and check that out. I've got the link ready for you. We are going to be talking about our inverters, something that's been weighing on my mind since we installed this system. And I know we've installed a couple now, but hey, we're just gonna keep tweaking it until we have the perfect system, and that's my goal. And it just goes over the pros and cons of swapping these inverters out for these inverters. Before we get started, I want to say a huge thank you to Signature Solar, the sponsor of today's videos. You guys are amazing to work with, and if you want to check out more of what Signature Solar has to offer, there's a link in the description. Go check them out because they're great. All right, let's jump into this. Now, before we do anything, we're gonna go cut the power to the rig and then also cut off the batteries, because you just wanna make sure that there is zero power going to these things. We're also gonna trip the solar breaker. That way nothing's coming down from the solar either. So this is how I do it. I got this racetrack system here that hides pretty much all the wires, and then I just use wire loom, something that's breathable, going all the way up to the inverters just to make it look clean. And now I'm gonna take these off, and then we're going to kind of test fit the new ones to see if they can fit in the same spot. I'm hoping that we can do that. So now I got the communication cables out, I got the loom off, and I've loosened up these clamps that go onto the AC cabling. So now I'm going to start pulling this out. Now, the downside to these inverters is that you see these little holes right here. They're like clamps, so you got to shove like a little screwdriver up in there to release the clamps and pull it out. So I think the new ones actually have like a screw tightener, so it's much easier to install. Put tape on. Those are my AC in lines, so I don't want to have to guess or retrace which one's my in and which one's the out. So I just went ahead and marked the ends with tape so that when all four of them are just laying there, I know exactly where they are coming from and going to. All right, at this point, I got all the wires disconnected. I took the screws out of the bottom, and now I can just lift these things out. And the real fun begins. Other than these inverters being heavier and a little bit larger, one of the other differences you're going to see is that the placement of the screws that takes off the black panel to access the wires is facing out instead of facing down. The previous versions of the Multiplus II, they were facing down. It was hard to get them off when you had it mounted towards something, like a racetrack or a wall or the floor or something like that. Now they kind of face out, that way it's much easier to get to them even when the bottom of the inverter is close to something. Alright, let's talk about some of the differences here. One, you have a lot more space to work with your cabling. Two, like I mentioned, these are screws, not the little clips that you have to like wedge in and hope that you got it. And then you got your DC, positive and negative, then you got your ground. So the rest of it's pretty much the same. The big change is you have more space, plus you've got the screw tighteners. On the bottom though, you have these, which the other inverters did not come with. So we're gonna get the old ones out, and then we're gonna see if we can fit these bad boys in there. Why do I do this to myself? I'll tell you what, after trying to lift 70-pound inverters a couple of times, you start to get a little tired. Had to take a break. I did end up having to adjust the bracket that's on the wall. I dropped it by about ½ an inch, just so the top of the inverter would clear the top of the bay when I was trying to put it on the bracket. That's what was wrong. It was just wasn't enough space there, because it's the bracket's a little bit lower on the back of this inverter than the originals, but we got it. Wasn't nearly as bad. At this point, what I'm doing is actually running the wires up through the bottom of the inverters and just praying that they are long enough. That way I don't have to do them again. Okay, so now I have all of the cables kind of run, and it's a dry fit, so nothing's plugged in. What I'm going to do next is I'm going to hook up the DC cables and the V-bus cables, and then program these things before I connect it to the RV. All right, it's time to fire these things up. Alright, so I have them connected to the computer. I've got just the inverters turned on. So we're gonna it's a new V bus. So next. Now it's gonna be searching to see how many inverters there are. 2 units found. We're going to do split phase 180. We're going to skip start configuration. Alright, so check which unit has its LEDs blinking and assign it to the correct phase. So what that means is that, see how this one is blinking? So I need to tell it if that is number 1 or number 2. We're going to go number 1. So now it's auto assigning this one to number 2. And it's going to reset the system so that now they are in split phase. Configuration complete. I got the inverters set up, programmed. Now I just need to hook up the AC and then plug it back into the servo there so that I can control everything with the screen and start putting this thing back together. Everything is set up just the way it was. They are on. They are running. That one is charging. Since I'm not on 50 amp split phase, this was the only one that's going to accept the AC power right now. And then this one inverts the whole time. Well, that does it. We got the inverters installed. I got the that's gonna mount right there. I just gotta go get some tools to do it, but look at that. Couldn't have planned that any better. Pretty sweet. I did have to move my servo over here because there was no room for it where I had it previously, which was over against that wall. Just because the inverters are a little wider. I think that looks great though. I mean, it's a perfect fit. I'm not taking up any more space than I already was with the other inverters. Usable space anyways. But yeah, just got to mount that screen and pretty much be done. All right, now that we have the inverters and everything installed, we're gonna test these things out. Right now, I have 2 ACs running, and where the rig was, it was in a lot of shade, so I just moved it out into the sun. We're getting, I just dropped, we're right around 1500 watts. I think a little bit of it's still shaded in the back. It's coming up now, 1500. Yep, looks like we're hovering around 1500 watts of solar coming in, plus about 7.5 amps coming in from the where we're parked. So we have it in a 110 plug. I have it turned down to 10 amps. It shouldn't exceed 10 amps. But here's something we were never able to do before. I've got the main AC on. I've got the bedroom AC on. I'm going to turn the garage AC on too. So on 110, we're going to be running all 3 ACs. That's insane. And I'll let you know. So on a better day, we can pull in almost 2,000 watts of solar, so that'll obviously make a big difference. But right now we have all 3 ACs on. We're pulling in on line 1, we're using 2,400 watts, which would have maxed out the other inverters. On line 2, we're running at right around 1,400 watts. With the solar that we're pulling in and the grid, we're discharging 1,500 watts right now. So it says we could last about 6 hours at this rate. Well, we were never able to do that before. Or this. All 3 ACs and the microwave. We're now pushing 5,200 watts. About 2,700 watts on one channel, 2,500 watts on the other, or the line. 2,700 on one, 2,500 on the other. We were never able to do that. So we can basically just do what we want to do now. That is awesome. I love that. Absolutely love that. Well, I'm going to work on the rig a little bit more, and yeah, we're going to get ready to start rolling soon. Sweet. Well, I hope you enjoyed the video, guys. If you did, make sure you give it a thumbs up. Make sure you subscribe. Till the next strange adventure, keep making your own.